Hi guys, Eclair here, and welcome back to the Land of the Living, and also welcome back to the second edition of my WTF Wednesday segment. This week has been an interesting time. We've had a lot of runners for the What the Fuck, but I think what we're going to do is end up going with 3 segments. So without further ado, we're going to get right into the brunt of the issues. First up is the mechanic in Michigan that owns the diesel tech that recently said that he would not fix a LGBT person's vehicle, and if a person that was LGBT came into his shop, that he would fix the vehicle improperly with, I believe the quote was, bolts only, and wouldn't tie them on with nuts. Now, the ironic thing is, 5 minutes after he put that on his Facebook feed, a GoFundMe page was started. It was started by him. Fortunately, it was shut down and flagged as a scam. Since then, though, it has been found out that he's been working on vehicles without a business license since October of 2014, which it's April now, so that's let's see, October is 10, so that's 2 months, so it's about 6 months, almost 7 months he's been operating without a business license. Now, the reason he didn't reapply for his business license, I get this, because if he had, and this was his reasoning for not reapplying for the business license, was that if he reapplied for his business license, then his business would be open to inspection from the building inspector. If he reapplied for a business license, I'm not sure if he's aware or if that's how it works in Michigan, but in most places, if you have a building, it is instantly accessible to the building inspector. If there is a building of any kind, or if you're digging or excavating, you have to have, permits and all of that stuff. So they also realized that since he's been fixing vehicles for 6 months without a business license, that every vehicle he's fixed since he lost, or since his business license ran out, it's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 30 days in jail, and I think it was like a $700 or $800 fine, and consecutive offenses of the same type net a higher and higher punishment, I guess, quota. So the more times you screw up the same way, apparently the worse the punishment. So I'm looking forward to where this story pans out, to see what happens with it. My guess is that if he doesn't lose his business over this, which may be the case because it sounds like he's been doing a lot of things he shouldn't have been doing with the business anyway, if he doesn't lose his business because of this national attention, then I don't know what'll happen. I'm kind of betting that the diesel tech will shut down. Also, Another thing, one of his primary engine, one of the primary engines that they use to repair with the Cummings, said that that they were no longer permitted to use the Cummings name or logo, which is a big strike to a repair business, particularly that one, because it's like right there on the side of the building. Second story is an interesting one. While the Republican candidates are going around being told not to even talk about issues such as rape or women's reproductive rights or women's rights in general, because the Republican Party generally doesn't have a very high priority on any of those things. There is one Republican who is not afraid to stand up and talk about how she actually feels. It is founder of the Eagle Forum, Phyllis Schlafly, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but she says that in order to enable women to find husbands, that the pay scale on which women receive money needs to be dropped down. Women need to be making less money so they will go out and find husbands. I don't even know how to like approach this. It's just so, her logic behind it is just not even there, really. Like, a woman won't look for a husband when she's making as much money as any of the men, because, I don't know, maybe that's not a thing for her little GOP world. And I know that she's all for traditional values, but you know, this isn't the 1940s. This isn't the 1950s anymore. You know, you can't operate in a scenario where there is just one income. It can't happen. I mean, it can, but that's like, you know, doctor, lawyer, most people don't fit into that category. And that's just like, she's definitely undermining their whole, the Republican Party's whole, try to convince people that the Republican Party is not a rich white guy party. It kind of is. I mean, it is, absolutely is, from any sort of real perspective. But that's the important thing. The important issue, according to Miss Schlafly, probably Mrs. Schlafly, is that a woman be paid less money so she will go out and find a husband, because family. And the final story I wanted to talk about is about Joan Cheever, again, names, I don't know if I pronounce it, from San Antonio, Texas, who, along with a growing group of people, are starting to use these religious freedom laws who are starting to use these religious freedom laws for the power of good. See, what they're doing is they're getting fined for feeding and assisting the homeless of their particular cities. Now, their defense, and this is where I'm glad to see someone actually using these laws in a positive manner. They are saying that by finding them, that their prospective cities are hindering their ability to practice their religion, because their religion says that they need to assist those that are less fortunate. So they are circumventing the anti-homeless laws, and so they are circumventing the anti-homeless laws using the generally perceived as bigoted religious freedom laws. And to that I say congratulations. You have found what I thought was not possible. You have found a way to turn that ridiculousness to something that is not evil, something that is not bigoted, or you're using it for the power of good. Congratulations. I think more people need to do that so long as these laws are in effect. And I guarantee you, if more people start doing that, the laws won't be in effect for very long, because they're cutting in on the money. And that is the yeah. And that is the WTF Wednesday for today, April 22nd, 2015. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you like what you saw, leave me a like. And would you kindly hit that little subscribe button? Tell me what you think about these stories, possible stories that I can do in the future. Go ahead and put those in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And it's been a blast coming up with all of these things. There was so many things that I wanted to do this week, but we will keep recording, and I will catch all of you on the flip side.